Welcome back. One of our favorite people is in the studio with us, Jerry Strobel. You have moved up from a lowly guest to someone special.
Yes.
To an esteemed,
That's
yes.
pretty nice.
Yes, you're a headliner now.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's always a pleasure to be on XL7. You know.
Yeah,
you
well, you've
guys
been a
are-
big supporter of ours for a long time, and we appreciate that very much.
We appreciate you and what you do for the community, too.
You know, I think it's just all about being a part of
That's it.
everything
That's it.
without any selfish want or need.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we just want to do it. We just
That's
want to
it.
help if we
That's
can.
it. And fortunately, Mountain Home is full of people like that.
Well, that's
you
great,
know.
and that's why the community is what it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. So,
Now, you're here to talk. You brought us goodies, gifts, and trying to butter us up for some reason. I'm not sure why.
well,
What's going on?
you know, every year we do Operation Christmas Child, which is a Ministry of Samaritan's Purse. Franklin Graham's the president. And basically what we do is we fill shoe boxes full of toys, hygiene items, school supplies, and then these go to children all over the world. And along with a gospel tract telling them that God loves them. And a lot of them need to know that. Yeah, this just gives you an idea of some of the things that are
Now,
are
are
put
there
in the
items on a
boxes.
list, or can you select your own items?
Well, actually, we have a brochure
Okay.
that everybody can get, and inside it does tell what not to pack in
What
there,
not to.
kind of what to pack
Yeah,
in there. Also has a place where people can go online if they want to. They ask for a little shipping cost to help with each of the boxes. If people go online and do that, they'll get a label back, and then the boxes are shipped, and they get an email telling them where their box went.
Oh, that's
When
cool.
it's all done, so people
Yeah, it
know
kinda
what
makes them feel
country
good, yeah.
their gift went to, which is kind of nice. It's called Easy Give, and then, but that's the program, and we're just excited. I'm area coordinator for 9 counties here in northern Arkansas, and I have relay sites in each one of the counties. And so people will be bringing all their boxes to these relay sites, and then the week before Thanksgiving, everything comes to Mountain Home, and we load them in semi-trailers. And of course, it's a big community, like everything, it's a community involvement. So the guys from the alternative school come and help us load the semis, because obviously my old guys can't do it. And so they're just tickled to be able to have a part in helping children around the world, which is just a kind of a cool deal.
You know what strikes me about the things in that box is that they're all just basic. I mean, you've got some flip-flops in there, a ball.
Yes. And by the way, Karen, the flip-flops, I'm glad you mentioned that, because anybody can get these, put them in the box, because when I was on a distribution where we gave out the boxes, I noticed a lot of the kids would take out of the dump the empty water bottles, the plastic ones, and smash them down and then tie a cord around them. That were their shoes.
That was their flip-flops.
Yeah, they didn't have any other shoes. Yeah.
There's really nothing there that's expensive, though.
No.
I mean, you could do a whole box for probably $10, $15.
That's
You've got pencils and
That's it.
But flip-flops, and like, when you say the whole world, you mean like literally the whole world?
Yes, we shipped last year to 120 different countries. Wow. And some of them we can't name because they're countries that normally wouldn't allow.
They probably don't
gifts
want the
like that.
publicity, because that will stop.
That's right.
If they let the people know in the world that they're
Right. And some of
doing
them are Muslims, and so therefore
Yeah.
a Christmas is kind of
Yeah.
a negative
Yeah.
thing for them.
They'll take the items, but they want to do it in private.
Right, exactly.
And you can't blame them
No,
for that.
no, you can't. And so what we do is we encourage people, rather than using the decorative boxes that we provide, if they use like a plastic shoebox or even a regular shoebox that they've just decorated a little bit, those can go into through customs, where a lot of times these
Really?
can't.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So it's a good idea. But anyway, that is something we're going to be talking about more as time goes on. But tonight or today, what we really want to talk about is we're having a couple of special countdown events.
Okay.
And we haven't publicized these much before, but the reason we're doing the countdown events is because we, this past year, passed our 100 millionth shoebox mark. We have shipped over 100 million shoeboxes to kids around the world since the program started.
Wow, yeah.
So we went to a conference in April in Orlando, And Franklin Graham was there, and he had all kinds of special guests, Ricky Skaggs and Matthew West and Michael W. Smith, and I mean it was quite a celebration. But that's what we were celebrating, and there were people there from 102 different countries. And if you get a picture, when we were in the auditorium, they'd have, when we sang choruses, they'd have the words up on the screen, but they had to have them in 6 languages, so that everybody could participate. It was just, it was a phenomenal event. So anyway, we want to celebrate that, and to do that, we're going to have some special events. One is going to be Friday, the 27th, at Eastside Baptist Church in the Fellowship area.
This month,
Right, September, yep. And it will be at 6:30, from 6:30 to 8. And we will have special multimedia presentations, and we're going to have little snacks, and we're going to honor some of the churches that have given. And then our entertainment for that night is going to be Oksana Pavlionis. And a lot of people remember Oksana.
Violinist,
Yep. And so she's, of course, in Little Rock now, and she plays in the orchestra down there in the Philharmonic. Anyway,
awesome.
she's coming up to be our entertainer for that night, and we'll have some guest speakers up. It should be a fun night. We're going to be talking about all the things that have been going on with Operation Christmas.
Now, are you going to come back and talk about this later next month, maybe?
Yes,
but
in October.
This is going to be a Thanksgiving
Yes.
Deadline.
The full week before Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
the 18th through the 25th, is when we do our collection in November. And I think we're coming on in October sometime here.
Okay.
So we'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
then.
Well, your people need to get with our people.
Yeah, and meantime, I'm going to leave these brochures and stuff here.
Sure, you bet.
And then, like, if people call up to the station here, you might tell them to come by and be able to pick up a brochure.
Thanks, Jerry. We want to give that information, Jerry's information, if you want to contact him about anything. I think it was up on the screen, or not. We've got something at the end of the show.
Okay.
So they can call you.
Wonderful.
And get going. Let's go with this.
Okay. I think it'd be
Jerry.
great.
Appreciate it very much.
Your
Good
help.
to see you.
Jerry.
Yep.
Always.
Thank you. All right. We'll see you
Our
later.
last guest is patiently waiting. She's in the studio there, and we're going to be talking with her in a couple minutes. It's going to be Nancy Scarver. She's going to be talking about the Good Samaritan's Charity Affair. Stay with us.